Hi, I'm John Ellis, and very appreciative of Mass Innovation Nights for giving us this chance, and I just think it's a really cool thing, and happy to be part of the greater Mass Innovate community. So what I'll be talking about tonight is my website, an app called Mr. Smarty Plants. And Mr. Smarty Plants started with this problem and this bush. It was in my yard. I was a new homeowner, and I was working in the yard, and I saw this bush. It didn't look very healthy, and I wondered, well, what is it, and how can I take care of it? So I left my gardening tools in the yard and went inside and had a very frustrating hour doing searches like this. Bushes with white flowers. Complete waste of time. Around the same time that was happening, I was sitting in on a class at the MIT Media Lab. And this was a class taught by Joost Bonson and Ramesh Rosker. And it was all about what kind of businesses will be enabled by the billion camera phones in the world, and what new technologies will be possible. So I thought about this problem, and I thought, well, this should be something that you should be able to be solvable. Just take a picture of a plant and somehow get the information back about what was the plant name. So the first thing that we looked at was, well, maybe this should be an automated image processing type system. But it turns out that's a terrible idea. Image processing is really good for certain limited kinds of applications. For example, OCR, which is optical character recognition, where you scan a paper and you read the letters, right? So there's only so many letters in the alphabet, and so the computer is checking against each of these letters. Image processing works pretty good for facial recognition, but only if we're comparing the number of faces in this room. When we say, is this face one of a billion people, facial recognition doesn't work. Google image search is not really an image search. It's a search of words tagged to a particular image, because image processing software has a hard time figuring out the difference between a red basketball and a red sun. And with plant life, this is a very big problem because it's hugely diverse. There's lots of different hybrids. There has been some work done in trying to do automated plant ID, and it was funded by the National Science Foundation. The work was done by some researchers at Columbia University, some of the best in the world. Extremely limited program. It's called LeafSnap. It only works on trees. It only works on trees of the Northeast. To make it work, you have to take your leaf and tape it to a piece of paper, and then even then, it's not always accurate. So.
It's not poison ivy.
And by then you've got poison ivy. So we said,
I hope it's not poison ivy.
Yeah, right. So we do it differently. We're doing crowdsourcing, and this is a task that people are better at than computers. So we collect images, people upload them to our site, we go to Twitter and we look for people who posted an image and have said something like, what is this plant, or help me ID this plant. We have a mobile app that's on Android. We'll let people upload plants. Once the plant has arrived at our site, other people who are interested in plants come to the site and they enter the names. And once a plant gets a certain number of votes, we send a message back to the person who posted the original picture and say, this is the name of your plant or your flower, and we give rewards and badges to the people who spent the time to identify it. And we've tried to make some tools to make it easier. You don't have to be a plant expert. As long as somebody's entered one name, this person has called this thing Euroforbia milia, you just click this button, Google image search opens of other Euroforbia milias, you say, yeah, okay, I think that's right, I agree. So the status of where we stand now, we have a few hundred members. We've probably ID'd about 1,000 different plants and flowers. We've gotten some press coverage, but really we're very small and reaching only a very small part of the addressable market, which the addressable market is really everyone in the world who probably at some point is curious about the name of a plant.
1 minute.
So what's next for us? We're going to try to improve our incentives to make people want to be more active at plant identification. We have an app coming out which will enable us to get more plants in, to make it more interesting for people identifying the plants. And we're also, of course, always thinking about, will this make money, and how will it make money? What will the financial model be? Will it be pay 25 cents to get your plant ID'd, or will it be advertising? So if you want to help out, please just use our site, tweet about us, demo the app. I need your email to do that. If you know people that I should be talking to at gardening organizations, let me know. And if you want to help out and participate and volunteer now and share in the huge upside when we sell to Better Homes and Gardens, then talk to me about that too. Thanks very much.
The one over here?
Do you have any plans for setting up quizzes on known plants to verify people's expertise?
Repeat the question.
I thought, yeah, oh, so the question was, you know, maybe you could improve the quality of you could do quizzes, basically. Quiz your plant ideas and set up quizzes to verify them. And no, I thought about it, I haven't implemented it. It's something that, you know, is possible, you know.
I guess I've seen this with my wife, where we you know, we were trying to answer my daughter's math problem and figured out. So she posted it to the Chinese kind of Twitter, and within a few minutes, you know, she had 20 answers, but she was the one that actually matched it up, and nobody else could really see the answers except for her. So she kind of felt, is there a bias, or what are kind of some of the trade-offs in terms of, you know, really doing a crowdsourcing like this?
So you're asking about the fact that the person who's posting the question gets to sort of validate the answers.
Right.
Yeah. So, you know, we don't really, I mean, some people say, oh, no, you're wrong, you know.
Yeah.
And, you know, really, we're trying to just really be extremely simple. And there are sort of sites like Reddit has a plant IDing thing, and it just becomes a long string of text and a big, like, conversation. And that's good, but we just want to be really simple. Like, you know, I think our target market just has easy questions, and yeah, so.
Great, thank you.
Okay, great, thank you.